Familiar faces, I guess familiar studios. Welcome. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to What's on the Menu. We had some stuff come up, so we're not going to be in our normal studio today. I am back on Zoom with Dale, and it's a little chilly in my house. I don't know if it's the same for you. What's up, buddy?
Dude, it's freezing. I am very cold. Not much is up. I need all the positive vibes sent my way today, though. Don't need to know why. Just send them over.
Yeah. It's funny. For two guys that went to high school outside of Southern California, I think we have acculturated and acclimated to how cold it is here. It's very rainy, and it's either super hot in my house or it's freezing. So we just adjust with the climate.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what was it? 55 yesterday? Dude, I was shaking all day. I looked at home. It should be like 35 at home. And I'm like in San Diego and 55. It's raining, and I have a sweater, Ugg slippers, sweats, and I'm just like wrapped up like it's normal.
The Cleveland kid is finally adjusted to the West Coast. I love it. Okay, last night, really fast, quick hitter. Not much to say about the Bucks and Saints other than the Saints kicked the shit out of the Bucks. Earlier in the week, everyone just kind of painted the Bucks as like a decorated hero just because you got Antonio Brown back, and they played awful. I think the Saints really made a statement last night going into Raymond James Stadium and getting that win.
Yeah, no, they absolutely did. The Saints literally walked in there like, this is our division. Drew Brees said, I want to win this division. I need another title. He just let Tom Brady know that they're there. Getting Michael Thomas back, I think, was huge. You saw a big possession early in the game. And as soon as he got that first catch, my first thought was, okay, Drew Brees looks comfortable again. Then he started moving the ball around. Alvin Kamara had his game. The defense played incredible. Stat of the night, in my opinion, Marshawn Lattimore on Mike Evans. 2 targets, 0 receptions. In the last 3 games that Marshawn Lattimore has guarded Mike Evans, he has had 6 total targets, 0 total receptions. That is called a lockdown corner. Marshawn Lattimore, BIA, best in America, way to represent.
Of course, we have to get some Ohio State in there. I absolutely love it. But yes, that's a matchup I always like because it was showing how much they would fight in previous matches. There was a Jameis Winston appearance. Taysom Hill apparently is really good as well. That guy's kind of a stud. I got to give it to him. I do not like the college that he went to, but I will give credit where credit is due. He balled out. And last stat for this game, Tom Brady has never been swept by a divisional opponent in 20 years. It never happened in the AFC East. It happens in his first season in the NFC South.
Doesn't surprise me at all. We are going to move on to the 8-0 Pittsburgh Steelers, and that kills me to say, but this team is dangerous. Winning football games in the NFL, especially on the road, regardless of who you're playing, is not easy. The Steelers went to Dallas last night. They did not look very good in the first half. Big Ben looked to be injured, but you know what? Big Ben came back. The defense put their dicks on the table, and the Steelers are 8-0. They came back. They won that game. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys are hurt, but Will, what do you think about the Steelers?
The first time in somehow, the first time in the Steelers history that they are 8-0. I would have never pegged that because of how dominant they were in the 70s. But they kind of played like shit in the beginning of the game. But as you mentioned, a good team finds a way to win. There is no style points. There is no sexy wins like in college football. You need to get a W in that column every week for the NFL. And Ben Roethlisberger did that. He was kind of hobbled. And in traditional Ben-like fashion, he was either limping around, played through an injury, and had kind of a statement that said after the game, we'll give the Cowboys America's team, but we're the world's team. It's still kind of alarming, though, because they were playing a third-string quarterback, a guy that was playing in the AAF last year, trying to, I guess, maybe earn some of those wages that was lost in the AAF. But the Steelers found a way to get it done. And going into Dallas, that's never an easy thing to do, especially with the kind of spotlight that's on that team at all times through the media and through social media.
And think about this. Even though they're on their third-string quarterback, that Dallas team is still extremely talented.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like Garrett Gilbert. Yeah, it's not like Garrett Gilbert can't throw the football. There were analysts all over the place saying that it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback in that system. They should be able to succeed, and I think last night showed that.
Yeah, it really did. And look, I think we're just Ben Roethlisberger is so hilarious. His antics on the sideline, he's not even trying. It's just the fact that he's hobbling around.
He's just old, large, and funny.
That's what it is. Early slate, Bills, Seahawks. Now, we said last week, or we said on Friday, going into the weekend, what kind of game is this? You had the Seahawks flying all the way to Western New York to play this game, and it was basically the MVP case. Josh Allen, who had a fantastic first month of the season. I mean, MVP type numbers in September, cooled off. I don't know if it was too much Halloween candy. I don't know what happened. And I also want to give respect to Josh Allen because his grandmother passed away on Saturday. So he was playing with a heavy heart, went in there and took care of business against the NFL's presumably favorite team, the Seahawks.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Josh Allen, he came in and he balled. Absolutely balled. What was he 31 of 38, 415 yards, 3 touchdowns against that Seahawks secondary with Jamal Adams anchoring it?
Yeah.
Sheesh. I mean, if you're Seattle, how do you feel leaving that game? Russell Wilson, you come in as an MVP candidate. You have 2 picks and the fumble. You don't look very good. Seattle
that was one of his worst games I think he's played in his career. And that goes to show, I mean, he's been in just shy of a decade, and he comes in week after week, performance after performance, getting it done. I don't know what Sean McDermott was doing with that defense, but they were dialed in. And for them to turn over the ball like that, and I understand that the Seahawks had to fly 3,500 plus miles. It's never easy playing the early window as a West Coast team on the East Coast. It's never, you can't make excuses though.
No,
because the Rams have had to do it a few times this season. But wow, we were saying that the MVP is Russ's to lose. If, say, Josh Allen can get the Bills to 13-3, 14-2 on the year, can he get the MVP?
Wait a minute. Did you just talk about Buffalo with those numbers?
I think so.
That might have been the hottest take I've ever heard from you. I don't know if Josh Allen's going to be able to be consistent enough to win the MVP this year, but I tell you what, there's a trajectory of NFL quarterbacks, and Josh Allen's year 3 now. If he continues to progress at this level, the sky's the limit for him. He has an absolute rocket launcher of an arm. Hopefully his accuracy continues to improve. He has some weapons around him now, a head coach that understands what the quarterback's doing, and he's putting him in positions to succeed. So I like seeing that out of Buffalo. But I'm sorry, I have to do it to you. The Chargers are going to Chargers. I don't know how else to say it. Another last-second loss to the Oakland Raiders last night. Well, where is this team headed? Like, you look competitive. You guys are not playing terrible football. You just refuse to win football games.
I think they should be headed back to San Diego. I keep saying that every week. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Who knows? Again, the Chargers played. Now, I wouldn't say they played to lose because the Raiders.
But they didn't play to win.
Yeah, they didn't play to win. You know, the thing with the Raiders, I don't want to say it's too early. Or I want to say it's too early. But if they make the postseason, I won't be surprised. I mean, they came out and essentially handed the fucking Chargers what they deserve. They were flat the entire day. They were exposed on defense. Right. I understand that Joey Bosa wasn't playing, but I think it really showed how much he is our best player and his presence on the field matters. And for Justin Herbert, gets it done, right? Why the fuck did they throw it on the game-winning play, right, to their third string tight end? When you have
Keenan Allen,
no Keenan Allen, no Hunter Henry, Mike Williams was out from the play before.
Yep.
Wow.
So I have 3 takes on the Raiders right now: the Chiefs, Browns, Chargers. They have 3 big wins, and after watching the Raiders play those 3 games, I mean, they beat my Browns last week, 2 weeks ago. I understand what you're going through right now. The Raiders, you never want to lose to them. But I think that they're the one team who can sneak into the wild card or sneak into like a lower seed and be able to beat anybody in one game. I think that this Raiders team, I think John Gruden's done an incredible job building them to be able to compete against anybody, right? Like, they don't necessarily have the style where they come into your stadium and they're going to be like, oh, the Raiders are going to beat you this way, because they've won multiple ways recently. Yesterday, Derek Carr looked like an MVP candidate. He's hurdling people. He's slinging the ball everywhere. And 2 weeks ago in Cleveland, all they did was run the ball and win a 16-6 game and play defense. They beat the Chiefs in the shootout. So this Raiders
beat the Saints at home. Yeah, they could beat any team. There were so many things, and this goes back to the Chargers really fast. With Anthony Lynn, you know, there was a play where Justin Herbert got knocked out. They had 3 timeouts. Take a timeout because they brought Tyrod Taylor in to run a 2-point play and got stoned like at the 2-yard line. I don't know what the hell that was. Yeah. And then towards the end of the game, there was a play where, again, use your fucking timeouts. What were they doing? They ran off like 42 seconds of clock that they needed at the end.
Yeah. So Anthony Lynn, you might be on a short leash the rest of this season. All right, Saturday, we had a shakeup in the college football top 4. Notre Dame took care of business against Clemson in an absolute shootout, overtime game. Will, what did you think of that game? Because I left it with not many opinions changing on Notre Dame. I don't think they're that good.
Look, there was a lot of polarizing events that happened this weekend with the new presidency, and then you had the number 4 team in Notre Dame take down Clemson granted, Trevor Lawrence wasn't playing, but was somehow on the sideline. Tested positive for COVID, but was running around and talking with his mask off. I still don't understand that. And there was other 2 key defenders that were out for that game for the Clemson Tigers. But with Notre Dame, they took care of business at home. That's what I want to see. They have now shot up, and Clemson fell down, which I'm not surprised. Alabama's the new number 1 team in America. No surprise there whatsoever either. I think given the situation, given the circumstances, even with COVID, even with injuries, Notre Dame had to find a way to win, and they did it. And I'm glad I bet on them too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was a good bet, good live bet on you. My take from it, I don't think Notre Dame is very good. Clemson was missing their QB1. They were missing 3 studs on defense, and Clemson still gave them everything they wanted. Like, I cannot wait for the 2-3 game in Pasadena with Notre Dame. Like, give me that or give me death. Like, that'll be a bloodbath, in my opinion.
Are you talking about your Michigan Wolverines?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that. I think that, I mean, realistically, as things stand, I think that this is how the college football top 4 could end, especially with how things are starting to shake up with Alabama 1, Notre Dame 2, Ohio State 3, Clemson 4. I really think that we could end up getting Notre Dame in the 2-3 game, which I think would make a lot of America happy. But watching that game, I just really didn't think Notre Dame was that impressive. Like, yes, they won the game, but I'm also watching it like Clemson's without 4 of their top 10 players in this game.
And then how about that freshman maker. QB? DJ, I don't even want to attempt to say his last name now.
Dude, he put up numbers against the Notre Dame defense that was very healthy. Actual real numbers. What is Trevor Lawrence going to do to that defense? What will Justin Fields do to that defense?
Well, I don't know. And hopefully Trevor Lawrence is not symptomatic anymore, because I said, why is he on the sideline? That's really, really bad optics right there. And it's really bad PR because – and then, all the students stormed the field after. We won't get into that. But again, Lawrence, why is he at the game? Just stay at the hotel. Stay at home. Yeah. All right, Dale Swift, good job today. Really fast before we wrap up. Masters Week. We're in November. Very, very weird. And we're going to have the Masters again in 5 months. We're going to have Corey Peterson on, our boy, to break down some predictions, some odds. We're going to talk about College Game Day being at Augusta. They're going to be broadcasting from there. And COVID is still rearing its ugly head. Is there going to be some players that aren't playing? Sergio Garcia, as of this morning, tested positive and he won't be out. So I'm super excited for Corey to get on. So tune in Wednesday, go to Apple or Spotify. You're going to listen to my, Dale's, and Corey Peterson's breakdown of the Masters.
Yep, absolutely. Guys, thanks for tuning in today. Remember, give us a follow, give us a sub, YouTube, Apple, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the above. Send me your positive vibes because I need them today. We'll be back on Wednesday.
Stay warm, guys. See you guys Wednesday.